Good afternoon,
Good
sir.
afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can you hear us?
Yes, madam. Good afternoon to all of you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Sir, we are waiting for Leon to join, sir.
It's fine. Actually, the speaker of my system was off.
Okay.
So I think if children wished or said something, I was not able to hear that initially. Which classes are these?
The 9D and 9D.
Okay, right. And today's session is with which country?
Just be
Spain. Okay. So have you explored something about Spain? Do you have some information about Spain?
so not much, sir.
Not. You are supposed to be prepared. See, when you want to meet somebody and you want to exchange the ideas, you are supposed to know about the person or place. So, what kind of country, geographically, where it is situated, and what system of education do they have? We are supposed to know. Then we can interact and we can clarify our doubts.
Good morning, Leon. Good morning, Leon.
Good morning, Zay.
We are happy. Our principal, you had met him earlier. He has also joined.
I'm joining with
Hi.
you guys. Hello.
Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Leon, shall we start?
Give me a sec. There is
One second.
another still coming. Yeah, we are ready.
Can you see our screen?
Yeah.
Leon, can you see our screen?
Yes.
Hello everyone. Hope you're having a lovely day so far. Hello everyone. Hope you're having a lovely day so far. This is Pratigna.
And Ashok,
We are the students of Delhi Public School, Vishakhapatnam, India.
today we have gathered here for an interactive session about a diverse and a wide spectrum, that is, the climate of India. So, warm heart, we welcome all our friends from Spain. Let's make this session productive and beneficial to all of us.
Now, let's commence. In Indian culture, we start anything by saying a prayer. So, we have Kritika delivering a prayer song.
लंबोदरं विशालाक्षं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम् मूषिकोत्तममारुह्य देवासुरमाहवे मूषिकोत्तममारुह्य देवासुरमाहवे योद्धुगामं महावीरं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम् योद्धुगामं महावीरं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम् वन्देऽहं गणनायकम् वन्देऽहं गणनायकम् Thank you.
Thank you for that beautiful performance.
Hello everyone,
Now, let's continue with our session. To start things off, we have Jarvindev who will explain to you about Vishakhapatnam and its heritage.
Ready?
Hello everyone, my name is Jarvindev of class 9 and today I will be sharing some valuable information about Visakhapatnam, also known as Vizag. The city of Visakhapatnam is located on the coast of the Bay of Bengal in the state of Andhra Pradesh. It is the largest city in Andhra Pradesh with an area of 684 square kilometers. With the oldest shipyard in India and a coastline of 135 kilometers, it is a major port city. It is also an important industrial region and is home to the famous Visakhapatnam steel plant. If we speak more of its geography, it is located on the coordinates of 17 degrees 41 minutes north and 83 degrees 30 minutes east and is bound by the Eastern Ghats, a range of hills parallel to the coast. The city has a maritime climate with high rainfall during the monsoon season. The summers are hot and the winters are cool. Like every place, Visakhapatnam also has its own uniqueness. Apart from having the oldest shipyard and a booming steel plant, it has many leading educational institutions. These include the Andhra University, Geetham, Andhra Medical University, Indian Institute of Management, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar College of Law, etc. But this isn't Visakhapatnam's main highlight. The most important part of Visakhapatnam would be its tourist destinations. With its beautiful coastline, Visakhapatnam is home to gorgeous sandy beaches such as the Ramakrishna Beach and the Yarada Beach. Bhimli and Rishikonda Beach are also a must visit. Then we also have amazing museums for military enthusiasts. The INS Kursura Submarine Museum, a preserved submarine, and the Tu-142 Aircraft Museum are great places of knowledge regarding our military. We also have places for lovers of the wild, like the Indira Gandhi Zoological Park and the Kambalakonda Wildlife Sanctuary. For lovers of history and culture, Visakhapatnam has many suitable destinations. These include the Sri Varahalakshmi Narasimha Swami Temple and Sri Kanaka Mahalakshmi Temple, which are beautiful Hindu temples, Totalakonda, Bojanakonda and Ligalakonda, which are Buddhist remnants, and the beautiful Ross Hill Church. Some other places of interest are the Visakha Museum, Dolphin's Nose Lighthouse, and the Victory at Sea War Memorial and Kailasagiri. Visakhapatnam also has many political offices. Like all districts, Visakhapatnam has its own district court, known as the District Judge Court, which solves many cases. It also has a district collector office which governs many important decisions of the city. The Greater Visakhapatnam Municipal Corporation is involved in many social services such as water supply, clearance of garbage, etc. Visakhapatnam also has major importance at the national level. It is one of the bases of the Indian Navy. Its position on the Bay of Bengal is very valuable for naval defense. It is also home to many important industries and is responsible for the production of steel, zinc, chemicals and fertilizers and medicines. These are the important things you need to know about Vizag. Thank you.
Thank you, Jayandeep. That was end-level.
We hope you saw the presentation well. We are thrilled to hear some stories about your city too. I invite Leon to say some words about your city.
Okay, that's our turn then. I'm going to swap into the other camera. Okay, I'm going to turn this on. I turn to the other one. Okay, I'm starting the presentation.
Meanwhile, would you like us to?
Sorry?
Yes,
So, okay. Voy a cambiar de micrófono. Sorry, I'm going to change my microphone because if not, I think we are going to have problems. Can you hear us?
yes, we can see.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Good. So I'm gonna try with the other both microphones, and we're gonna try mixing a little bit. Let's try. Okay.
Can you talk a bit loudly? It's not audible.
Sorry?
It's not audible to us.
A little louder, please. A little louder.
Let's try.
Hay cuatro zonas que voy a hablar del nivel capital. Lo primero que vamos a hablar hoy es el turismo. El turismo está hecho de bronce y está en el centro de Teruel, que es una fuente. Y luego, este es su escudo.
Okay, Fran is presenting Teruel is our capital, and the image on the left, the bull, is the symbol of the city, as you see in the bats in the middle. And it's placed in a column in the center of the city, and it's the place where all the festivities and all the main celebrations in Teruel take place. In the lower part, he's going to talk about the towers, the Muslim towers that we have in the city.
De lo segundo que vamos a hablar es de las torres mudéjares. Hay solo 4, las construyeron unos musulmanes, están hechas de azulejos azules y verdes. Son, como podéis ver, muy altas y se conocen también los.
And about the towers, we have 4 of them. They were built around around the 11th century, and they were built by the Muslims when they owned the city. And they also are made of a mix of white and green sign and using bricks. So they are quite also a symbol of the city.
Vale, Teruel capital también es uno de los símbolos más grandes, los amantes. Los amantes fueron un chico y una chica que no podían estar juntos y se unieron y por eso a Teruel le llaman la ciudad del amor.
And the other symbol of the city are called the lovers. It's a medieval legend about 2 lovers that wanted to be together, but they couldn't. So at the end, the story is a sad story. So they die, and they are part of the story of the city. So that Teruel is called the city of love, similar to Romeo and Juliet's Verona.
Lo que vamos a hablar ahora es de Enópolis. Es un museo muy grande con atracciones y dinosaurios a escala real. Hay muchas atracciones, como podéis ver, está el dinosaurio muy grande que también está en exposición y muchos más. Porque Teruel era una ciudad con muchos fósiles.
And on the upper part, we have Dinopolis. Dinopolis is a theme park, dinosaur theme park based place, and it has been made there because Teruel is a very important region on fossils and all these kind of paleontological findings. So we have real-size dinosaurs and other attractions in this place.
De pronto vamos a hablar de el viaducto, que como podéis ver es muy grande, que conecta Teruel antigua con Teruel nueva.
Then in the lower part we have the San Fernando Bridge that joins the older part of Teruel and the newer part of Teruel, and it's a very high bridge. And it's quite important in the development of the modern Teruel. Okay, and that's our part on Teruel. So you can go on if you want to the next part. We can proceed.
I hope you're all finding this informative so far.
Now, we have some of our friends to tell you about the factors affecting climate of India.
A warm welcome to one and all present here. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for coming here today. As you can see on the screen, our today's topic is Climate of India. In our presentation, we will focus on 3 major factors which affect the climate of India. So, the climate of India is influenced by 3 major factors which are latitude, altitude, pressure and wind systems.
Altitude or elevation is the distance above the sea level. India's Himalayas have an average altitude of 6,000 meters, which is why the cold winds from Central Asia are prevented to enter the subcontinent. India also has a vast coastal area where the maximum elevation is just about 30 meters.
Hi, I'm Karthik, and this is how the latitudinal extent of India affects its climate. The world is divided into three zones based on latitude: the torrid zone, the temperate zone, and the frigid zone. The torrid zone lies between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Tropic of Cancer. The Tropic of Cancer divides India into almost two equal halves, and therefore the southern part of India lies in the torrid zone and the northern part of India lies in the temperate zone. And hence, the southern part of India receives tropical climate, whereas the northern part of India receives subtropical climate.
Pressure and wind system are governed by the following atmospheric conditions: air circulation, western cyclonic disturbances, and tropical cyclones. In summers, a low pressure area develops over the interior Asia as well as over northwestern India. This causes a complete reversal of direction of winds during summer.
Western cyclonic disturbances. They are the winter spectacles of winter months which are brought in by the western flow from the Mediterranean region. Jet streams. The jet, that means fastest flowing current. These are of two types. Westerly jet streams move to the north of Himalayas and easterly jet streams move to the peninsular India. It affects temperature and precipitation.
Those were my friends Karthik, Sanvi, Deepshika, and Nitya, who have helped me throughout this presentation. My name is Ayan, and thank you to all of you for watching our presentation.
Thank you, friends, for letting us know. Now we request you to talk about tourism in your region.
Okay, thank you. Here we go. ¿Preparados? Acordaros que vais juntos, ¿eh? Yo comparto. So, Hector is going to start by the touristic places near our region. So, when you want, Doctor.
Yo voy a hablar del estudio. Primero tenemos a Cali, que es la Parajón, y un castillo muy grande, muy bonito, y que está a mucha altura, así es que muy bien. Ahora es un castillo. Luego tenemos a un pueblo. Un pueblo que muy bien, que tenemos otro estudio. Dentro con el que tenemos otros conejos. Tenemos a nuestra carretera y a nuestra. Y luego está la carretera. La carretera está en el centro de la y está la sede que está un poco a las afueras de la calle.
And we are going to talk about Alcañiz. Alcañiz is the other big town in our region, apart from Teruel, the capital. It's placed on the north of our region. It has a castle here on a hill. It is a medieval castle, and it was manned by a military order. And now it's a hotel, a luxury hotel. Then we have the cathedral here, and it's in the middle of the city, since Alcañiz is a medieval city, so it's organized around the cathedral and the castle. Then far away, it's not here. We cannot see here. It's Motorland. Motorland. It's a motor ring where they made motorbikes races, F1 races, and in general every kind of cars, motors, and trucks races. And the other important feature of Alcañiz is the estanca. It's a reservoir And there, the people from Alcañiz make water sports like for example, diving, other kind of sports. Next is Valderobres. Valderobres is on the south of our region. It has a castle, although this castle is more than a palace, so it was not thought for war purposes. Then the Matarraña River is one that organizes all the region and creates a particular climate that makes the zone quite attractive. In fact, they call this zone the Italian, like kind of an Italian place. So it's quite attractive in a tourist way. And the historical center is very well valued from tourists, and it's quite prepared and maintained. Next, Diego is going to talk about Albarracín. Okay, Albarracín is another touristic place in our region. It is surrounded yet still by a huge walled ring. It has the major square where all the official buildings are, the cathedral, and on the right, we have the Julieta's house and the fun place. They are quite most touristical places in Albarracín, and the most characteristic thing in Albarracín are the color of the walls. If you see here and on the left, they are basically everything painted in red because of typical rock that are from this region called Moreno. So they make all the houses, all the buildings with the same colors, everything in red. So next. Okay, Utrillas is a very small village, but it's placed in a region that was not now famous from coal mining. So nowadays they are trying to adapt to the new times since coal is not longer extracted there. So they have a science museum and mining archaeology, a mining park, kind of a theme park from mining, and a train that made the typical way that coal made from this city to the coal pits. Santa Barbara coal pit is the remaining mine there, and it's now used for touristic purposes. David is going to talk us about the last two villages, smaller ones, and the nearest ones to us.
Alcalá de la Selva es un pueblo debajo de las pistas de Linares. Tiene mucha fauna y flora. Un castillo y un río.
So this is the nearest village to ours. It's a village near the ski slopes of Valdelinares. It has got a very old castle near the year 1000, and it's quite known because of its nature, animals, and the river.
Destacan las casas antiguas, sus museos, sus iglesias y
Rubiero Zamora is the other nearest city, and it's a fully medieval town. So it's surrounded by a wall, and it has got lots of palaces from different families. And sorry, give me a second here. Yeah. And lots of churches and a very small river. It's the main touristic place when coming to this region, even more than our hometown. And that's all for us. So thank you. We are going to go on with the next presentation, if you don't mind. So we are going to present the rest of the places. It's going to take a little bit.
Senderismos y paisajes. Ruta del Barranco de la Hoz. Ruta encima del río con vistas a cascadas y cuevas.
Ruth is presenting the river-based tourism, since our region is a quite wet one. So they have tried to organize some visits and walk and treks around the place and around places with more water. So the first one is the Barranco de la Hoz trek, and it's a walk around the river, and it has got lots of waterfalls and big caves.
Pantano de Mora. Es el más cercano a nuestro pueblo y tiene una ruta alrededor del pantano, mirador, presas, torre y también puedes ir a comer aquí.
This is the Mora Reservoir. It's the nearest one to us, and it's a typical place to go with the family to have a picnic. So you can trek around the reservoir, since it's not a very big one. And it's a typical place to go, for example, in school trips. So, Cañas de Dudan are the origin of the river that flows across our region until Valencia. So it's the same river, part of the same river. And it's very well known for all the cascades and waterfalls that has, and for the trek, the path that goes along the river until the beginning of the river. This is Beceite. Beceite is a part of a region that we saw before with Valderrobes, and the characteristic thing in this place are the wood paths that go along the river, so that you can cross the river several times and go till the straits of the river that you can see on the right. Are places that usually in the summer are wet, are dry, but now in autumn they are full of water, so it's quite a nice place. Okay, so we are going to go on with the next presentation, if you don't mind.
Thank you, friends, for letting us.
¿El cambio climático? ¿No?
que así se describe al interior. Son dos las piedras y las cristales hidrolineares que se encuentran en el sistema ibérico. Y esas mismas, en cambio de las otras, son más visitadas por la comunidad valenciana. Y estas son las mismas que tenemos que son las pistas de Pablo. Estas pistas contienen salinas en el grupo, pero esas son más conocidas por la comunidad.
So, Adrian is telling us about both ski slopes we have here. We have Valdelinares first, that is the most touristical one since they are near the Valencian community, so the most populated place near our region. And the other ones are the Jabalambre ski slopes. And these are the most familiar ones, the ones that usually the people from Teruel and all our region visit. And the last part is
Aquí también tenemos un observador en la comunidad de las Jabalambres y este observatorio está en el sistema ibérico también y ya que aquí la región de las Jabalambres tenemos un cielo muy limpio, se pueden descubrir las estrellas.
in our region, since we don't have lots of industry, so we have a very clear sky, night sky. So it's a quite valuable place to make the star seeing. And we have the Jabalambre Observatory of Deep Space, I think is the full name. So it's a quite famous place, and in fact they have developed a museum of about stars and the universe called Galactica. And that's all for this part. And we are going to proceed to the next one, that we are going to talk about castles.
Okay, Leon.
Okay, last two ones. So this group is telling about the castles. Castles are one of the most touristic things in our region in Aragon, and they have been organized around a kind of a circuit to visit all the castles. This one is the most important one in Aragon. It's called the Loire Castle. It's on the north of our region. It was built in the 11th century, and the most characteristic thing, the most important feature, is that it's built on pure rock, and so it made it quite difficult to attack. It was used as a fortress and then as an abbey. Well, it was one of the most important fortresses in medieval Aragon.
Castillo de Salaba fue construido en la segunda mitad del siglo XIII, rescatando de entre los de su época por su planta de forma rectangular.
Okay, Bilal tells us about the Castillo de Salaba Castle. It was built quite late in the second half of 13th century, and it's quite important. Its main feature is it's the rectangular shape it has. It's quite a simple castle, but quite small in fact, but the main thing is that it's totally rectangular. Amara tells us about the Templar Castle in Montfort. It was, in fact, built by the Muslims, but in year around 1089, it was conquered by the military or Christian orders. It suffered lots of sieges in all his history, and you can see it's a quite imposing place.
Aunque no lo parezca, es un palacio. Y por eso tienen más decoraciones, pero tienen
This is our castle, the castle here from our village. It's not properly a castle, it's more than a palace. So it has lots of decorations, and if you see in the picture, it has not got lots of creations and other kind of defenses. But it's quite famous for its dungeons.
El castillo era uno de los castillos inaugurables de Aragón. Se sitúa en Teruel. Llama la atención por ser una magnífica muestra de la arquitectura medieval aragonesa.
Bracense Castle, as Cara says, is quite impressive because of its situation. As you see, it's again on a mountain made of pure rock, and it's made again with that red rock that we saw in Albarracín. So it's very near Albarracín, as you saw in the previous presentation. And it's totally made in red rock, and it's quite difficult to attack also. And this is the end of the castle's part. Now we go for the last part about tourism. We are going to talk about the nature parks and all that kind of tourism. Sorry. Here, last one.
The castles are totally awesome.
Okay, sorry. Here we go. Last one. Aranza is telling us about the national park of Odessa and Monte Carlo. It's a park, as you see, with a very typical climate in this place, and it has got a very wet climate. You can make there diverse activities like watching the animals and all the plants, and since it's a national park, nature, buildings, and in fact all the traditions from people living there are quite preserved. So it's a very popular place. La Cunienza Park is a kind of a theme for a wildlife park. They try to preserve all the animals and plants that live in the Pyrenees, in the zone. They are not the animals that usually live around, because they have tried to recover some animals that were not living there. In fact, they tried to recover animals that were in fact extinct.
Yo voy a hablar del monasterio de San Juan de la Peña, que está situado a 24 kilómetros de Caja, en la provincia de Madrid. Es un monasterio medieval de espectacular forma. Fue románico y primer panteón grande a
Pablo told us about the San Juan de la Peña monastery. As you see, it's a very imposing place because it's built under a mountain, in fact, into a mountain. And it's very, very renowned internationally because it's made in a Romanic style. And in our region, it's very important because there are buried all the kings from our region starting in the 8th century and onwards. So it's the most important place in royal story in our region.
Uno de los lugares naturales donde vivimos de fiesta son las pasarelas de Villena, que se encuentran en la localidad natal de Medellín y Villena. Es la universidad de Villena.
Gorga tells us about the Veros River path. It's very similar to another one we have seen, but it's on the north of our region, and they have tried to make a path across the river, crossing several times also using wood planks and bridges. And that's all for us from the tourist part. So thank you. I'm going to turn off the.
They're really beautiful.
Thank you.
Gautam and Saga are here to tell you about winter season.
Okay. When you want. Nos van a hablar de los temporadas de lluvias. La temporada fría de
Before knowing about the cold weather season of India, let's first know about the structure and map of India. India is a peninsula, that is, a landmass surrounded by water on three sides. The water body on the right side of India is known as Bay of Bengal, and the water body on the left is known as Arabian Sea. India has been divided into 28 states and 8 union territories. There are 9 neighbors of India. This include Pakistan and Afghanistan to the northwest, Nepal, China and Bhutan to the northeast, Bangladesh and Myanmar to the east, and also southern neighbors across the sea, which include Sri Lanka, Maldives, and Sri Lanka is divided from India by Pak Strait. During this season, days are warm and nights are cold. Also, days are shorter and nights are longer. Intensity of the winter. The winters are not very intense in India due to the moderating effect of the sea. Coastal regions experience temperatures between 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. Because distance from the sea is also a factor that affects the climatic conditions of a place. That doesn't mean India doesn't experience extreme temperatures anywhere. Areas far away from the sea coast experience extreme cold temperatures. This includes northern parts of India, which include Himalayas, Kashmir, and Ladakh. The temperature even touches minus 45 degrees Celsius in some parts of Kashmir. Generally, northeast trade winds prevail over India during this season. This is because the intertropical convergence zone is not over the Tropic of Cancer. As the northeast trade winds are offshore winds, they do not bring rainfall, and hence it is a dry season. These northeast trade winds only bring rainfall to one part of India or one state of India, that is Tamil Nadu, as these winds travel over the Bay of Bengal, that is the water body on the right side of India, before reaching the coast of Tamil Nadu, and causes rainfall as the air travels over the sea and captures moisture before hitting the coast of Tamil Nadu. The westerly jet streams blow to the south of the Himalayas the entire year, but in the winter season they blow to the north of the Himalayas. The jet streams are a narrow belt of high altitude westerly winds blowing in the troposphere. They bring in the western cyclonic disturbances that are originated in the Mediterranean Sea to the north and northwestern parts of India and cause rainfall. The rainfalls caused by the westerly jet streams in the northwestern parts of India are locally known as Mahavut rains, and these are very important for the growth of rabi crops, the crops which are grown
during the winter season. Effects of the winter season. Frost is common in the north and Himalayas experience snowfall. There is hardly any noticeable seasonal change in the Deccan Peninsula due to the moderating influence of the sea.
Thank you. It was quite a low volume, so we try to understand that. But thank you. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. So can we go on with the climate change presentation?
Can you repeat it again?
Yeah. Can we go on with our presentation on climate change?
Okay, climate change.
Yeah. Thank you.
The last one.
Okay. So you are here.
Share the last one. Influence of climate change.
We now have Sandeep to share his views on influence of monsoons in India.
Okay.
Hello, my name is K. Sandeep and I'm from class 9B, and today I'm going to be talking about the influence of monsoon and distribution of rainfall in India. Starting with the distribution of rainfall, Indian rainfall is caused by the southwest monsoon winds, which originate from the southeast trade winds. They have an uneven effect on India, with the amount of rainfall they bring varying from region to region. Heavy rainfall occurs in the west coast of India, northeast India, and the Gangetic Plains. Northeast India is in fact known for having the highest amount of rain in the world. Mawsynram in Meghalaya receives about an average of 12,000 millimeters of annual rainfall, and in 1 year it had even surpassed 20,000 millimeters. Moderate rainfall occurs in north central India, eastern India, and the eastern coast of India. Lower rainfall occurs in the central and northwest India, which are in the rain shadow of the Western Ghats. The Western Ghats run parallel to the western coast. Andaman and Nicobar Islands too get heavy rainfall in the retreating monsoon season. The retreating monsoon season, however, has its own problems as it brings floods and cyclones to the east coast. And this is in fact even a problem for our city, Vishakhapatnam. These are a few images of a cyclone hit area, a flood hit area, and a few crops being damaged by a cyclone. The influence of monsoon on India. India is an agricultural country and most of our farmers don't have a proper irrigation setup. They therefore have to rely on the rain that the monsoon brings. For example, if we have high rainfall but not in excess, the farmers get high yields and therefore have good income and can grow better crops the next time. However, low rainfall reduces the yields and therefore the farmer's income. Too much rain brings floods and washes away the crops, while too little brings droughts. There's also a picture of a drought hit area here. In this, India has two major types of rivers: the Himalayan rivers, which are perennial and have their sources in the Himalayan mountains, and the peninsular rivers. The peninsular rivers are mostly rain fed, and this rain also helps in generating hydel power. Many areas in India rely on groundwater and which is sourced from rainwater for drinking water and other household purposes. Social. Now that we know that India has a very close relationship with the monsoon, therefore most of our culture too is related to it. For example, harvest festivals like Pongal, Sankranti, etc. are celebrated because of the monsoon. As the monsoon leaves, the harvest comes, and this is what is the cause of the celebration. Houses in Northeast India have stilts due to the heavy rain, and therefore provide them some height and protection from the rain. Clothes too in India are based on where you live. For example, in North India, where it's cold and dry, woolen clothes are preferred that trap body heat and help us stay warm. While in South India, we wear free clothes that are more suited for warm and wet climate. The arrival of monsoon is also eagerly awaited in India, and many are excited to enjoy the rain. Here are a few images. Nature. India's vegetation is also based on the monsoon. India has three major groups with areas of high rainfall, low rainfall, and scanty rainfall. This is why India has the three major types of vegetation: tropical evergreen forests in the high areas of high rainfall, tropical deciduous forests in the areas of moderate rainfall, and scrubs in the areas of low rainfall. This also affects the country's biodiversity, and therefore, India has a lot of animals, making it a country full of biodiversity. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandeep, for your views.
India's climate is often described as tropical monsoon climate. We have the wettest place on this planet. Now we have Anthony to tell you about climate change in India.
Good afternoon. Are you able to hear me? Yes. Today I will talk about climatic changes in India. Let's first talk about change in temperature. In India, from last 100 years, temperature was raised by 0.75 degrees Celsius. You can see the graph of India's temperature from last 100 years. According to the survey, our average temperature in India is expected to climb by 2.4 degrees Celsius to 4.4 degrees Celsius by the year 2100. And summer heat waves are expected to triple or quadruple. Now let's talk about challenges for India and climate change. India is the fifth most vulnerable to climate change globally. Niti Aayog estimates that more than 600 million Indians will face acute water shortages in coming years. MIT estimates that flash flooding will significantly increase in 78 of India's 89 urban areas if global temperature rises to 2 degrees Celsius. Rising sea surface temperature has already resulted in more intense cyclones and sea level rise. By the way, I want to say that not only India will be affected, but the whole world. Because of the melting of icebergs in Antarctica, there's a rise in sea surface which will lead the destroy of the coastal areas in the future years. Now let's talk some words about our PM Narendra Modi ji. Yeah. India's stand on climate change. India will reach its non-fossil energy capacity to 500 GW by 2030. India will meet 50% of its energy requirement from renewable energy by 2030. India will meet the total projected carbon emissions by 1 billion tons from now to 2030. By 2030, India will reduce the carbon intensity of its economy to less than 45%. By 2070, India will achieve the target of net zero. Hope you got some knowledge. Thank you.
Leon, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
One of our student is celebrating his birthday today. Can you sing the
Okay.
birthday song in your Spanish language?
Yeah, of course.
Chalo.
We're ready. Are you ready? So, are you ready? Is Kim?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Una, dos, tres.
Thank you, friends. Thank you
Happy
very much,
birthday.
Leon sir.
Have a nice day.
Now we request our honorable principal sir to speak some words.
Okay.
Thank you, boy. Hope you are able to get my audio clearly.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Though we are actually in afternoon, but it's morning in Spain. So I wish all our guests of Spain very good morning. Dear Mr. Leon, teachers, and the children of both the sides. Personally, I'm very happy to be a part of your program. There were so many occasions during this session where I felt very excited by the way you shared the ideas. Of course, Spain is a developed country in western part, and we know the men's hockey team of Spain doing very well. Then the like music, art, and literature of Spain is also very influential. I know, uh, their architect. They were talking about different castles. They're all stone-made castles. So we have a number of things to understand from your side, as well as I'm sure the kind of information that was shared from our side was also understood by your children, and this exchange of ideas will further inspire the students to learn more about both the countries. This is what the purpose of education is, to understanding first of all our own selves and then understanding others. I look forward to have many more associations of this kind whenever we get time and we have some ideas to share. Now, this online connectivity has made the things very simpler. This was not possible early, like in earlier time before 4, 5, 6 years. So fortunately, with having these aids in hand, I'm sure that in days to come we'll have more exchange of ideas. I thank the teachers from both the sides and children to participate, teachers to organize this program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Informative to all of you. Thank you for joining and sharing your thoughts. This interaction has been great. We hope to share such insightful and productive conversations with you again in the future.
As decided, we'll wrap up this session with the national anthems of both the countries. We request Leon, sir.
Yeah, sorry. We have just one thing remaining from our part. If you don't mind,
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
we have just a very short presentation about climate change we couldn't do before.
Okay,
Do you
sir.
mind if we do a very quick one? Three, do you agree?
Sure, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very short one. Sorry, it's a very quick one because it was missing in the first part.
No problem, sir.
Okay, thank you. Vamos rápido, rápido. Es que la primera me lo han comido ahí. Sí. Voy rápidamente. Tranquilo. ¿Qué está?
metrópolis le podría afectar el cambio climático, D, le podría afectar la cultura de la agricultura, porque las estructuras de los dinosaurios están afectadas. El pregunta es de Fernando. Le podría haber derrumbamientos por los cambios de temperatura extremos. Fuente de Felipe está hecha de bronce y se podría oxidar o se dañaría la contaminación. Torres Nueva Pared llevan azulejos y con el frío se podrían caer por el cambio de temperatura.
Frank is telling us about the effects of climate change in our region, in the capital, in the capital of our region. Basically, the problems would be related to the changes in extreme temperatures. Since here we have quite extreme measures in our temperatures, so in fact the climate change may make that even more extreme. So, for example, in the towers, it will help all the bricks to fall down because it's something that is starting to happen. Next, about the changes in the paths, in the river paths with all.
En las nuevas casas lo que pasaría es que se secaría todo el agua que quedaría, se haría
in our case, since all that kind of tourism is based on water and the paths along the rivers in our region, it's getting hotter, so we have less water, and these places are getting less and less attractive in a tourist site. So, in fact, we are having problems with more mosquitoes and all that kind of insects that cause illnesses, and they are appearing more frequently now. Now, about castles, we have also problems. So, with the climate change, Darío is going to tell us.
Lo que podría pasar es que lo que pasará será que los castillos como nuestro de Mora o de Cáceres se realizarán porque la mayoría son de areniscas que tienen situaciones entre cambios climáticos, como por ejemplo areniscas de las que se pueden ver en Mora, pero el tipo de cambios que podríamos hacer. Y también cuando viene cada vez mayor podría provocar experimentos en la región de las murallas, que por ejemplo en Mora podrían acabar naturalmente porque hay carretera en lugar de las.
In our case, the problem with the castles is that they are made in limestone. Limestone is a very fragile rock against, in general, the weather. But because of the climate change, the weather can get even more extreme, and that makes the stone to turn into sand. In our case, in fact, our castle is starting to suffer from these kind of problems. The other problem is that part of the rocks and part of our castle is near the road and near the houses. So rocks are starting to fall down to the houses and to the road. So it's not only a tourist problem, but in fact it's a big problem. Sí,
El cambio climático de las pistas de esquí que le afecta desde las pistas de esquí que la calor de la nieve y que así quieren crear más nieve gastando agua y productos químicos que contaminación.
About the sky slopes, the thing is that we have, or they have been built because we have a colder weather. Now we don't have so cold winters, and they should make artificial snow using water and chemical products. The thing is that both the taking of the water and then the releasing of that kind of mixture of water and other chemical products, they damage nature. So since they have the sky slopes to make more and more artificial snow, we have less and less water and less clean water. The thing, as one says, in our national parks and the La Cuneta Wildlife Park, the problem is that they try to preserve the weather and the nature from our region, and that climate and the climate is making that nature, animals and plants to change. They are slowing. Our plants are changing, and animals are disappearing and having more problems to live there because weather is getting hotter. So animals, like for example bears or wolves, can live longer there. And the last two ones.
El cambio climático le podría afectar de la siguiente manera. Se podrían provocar descubrimientos en las rocas que hay encima, ya que por las lluvias que vendrían, ya que no hay árboles para soportar.
In the monastery, in San Juan de la Peña monastery, as you remember, it was the monastery made into the rock. The problem is that it's on top of this rock, on that mountain, there are lots of trees. With the climate change, trees are dying, so there is not any kind of stop in the upper part for all the rocks and earth that comes down. So the monastery is starting to be affected by rock falls and the rains. And the last one are the various paths.
Son temperaturas muy extremas, con mucho frío, mucho calor, y sequías abundantes. Cada vez que sube el agua
The problem with our sea path, our river paths, are that they depend on the water level. So when there is no water, no one wants to go there. And if we have extreme changes in the weather, where floodings are more prone, we are more prone to floodings, like what you talk about the monsoons. So the problem with the footpaths, with the planks and the bridges they are swept when there are floodings. So they have to put again all the bridges and repair all the footpaths. And now, yes, that's the end. Thank you for the attention.
Thank you, sir. That was interesting. As decided, we'll wrap up this session with the national anthems of both the countries. We request you to sing your national
We are waiting for you to sing your national anthem.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, we don't have it prepared. Sorry, remember, our national anthem does not go as a letter, so it's just the music. So give me a sec.
Okay. Then shall we sing ours?
Yeah, please. Esto no me lo esperaba. So we are going to play our national anthem. The thing is that we know our national anthem has not been letter. So we are going to hear it.
Okay, okay. Good to play.
Okay? Let's go. Thank you.
Thank you for spending so much time.
Thanks to you. Sir.
Leon, thank you so much. Early morning, you prepared all that for us. Happy to see you and your kids. Let me introduce two of my colleagues who had head these two head. One is, hello sir, she is Prabha.
Hello, sir. Good morning to all of you.
Okay, I think shall we wrap it up? It was a very interesting session. First of all, to see you early morning for you all, but it's late afternoon for us, almost time to wind up.
Also, have a nice rest of the day.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye, Sid. Bye.
Thank you.
I think I like the